government, well, should have a teenage bill of rights where they classify people who are 13 to 18 teenagers and not children, and they have more say-so in their education and what they want to do, what they want to be, what they want to do with their life. Like what they want to do with their life. And that's what we gotta really have to have, a teenage bill of rights, similar to is there teenagers, where I was, like 2 decades ago, they have the highest rate of abuse, the highest rate of mental health issues, the highest rate of they have the highest rate of bad things now, and they need to have more say so. They could say, you know what, we don't like being treated like this. We don't like being treated like this. We want better. We want more. We don't want more things wrong with us. We want less things wrong, and we want more of a say-so in how we get educated, and how, or on where we go to school, we should have more say, including, and I regret doing this stuff in 16 years ago about self-advocating. We need this to be like a civil rights movement type of thing. We need a civic duty in what we do, and that's what we got to do. We have to have because teenagers are the most hated demographic. Every news current event article, when it comes to a shoplifter, or when it comes to a crime committed in some city in the country, or in another country, you think teenagers. They're the most hated demographic of all. Teenagers. They're the most hated. And if you're a teenager, society hates you, in a way. They look at you as this person, or this thing, that, in a way, they do, but not in a way they do. They look at you as a thing that could cause trouble, because it's what we call growing up. That's called growing up society. They grow up, and people need to understand that these people are human beings. Teenagers are human beings, and because every time you hear a news story, when you hear a fucked up news story, could be like these Columbines happening every week. You think teenager. When you think about a person that did a mugging in a city late at night, teenager. When you think of a thing like, some person going to the hospital from some challenge somewhere, you think teenagers. Stupid teenagers. You don't think human beings. It's time we bring human beings. It's time we humanize the teenager. It's time we go back to Raymond 14. In a way. Because if we don't, because this is the era, the teenage era is the era that defines life. More than the childhood era or the adulthood era. It defines your life. It defines who you are. It defines what you are. It defines how you are. And it defines what you do and where you want to go and what you want to do with your life. If you want to go to college, or if you want to be a career criminal, or if you want to be if you want to be the president of the United States of America. The teenage era is that litmus test era of an era, and it's that litmus test era that says, well, if I'm good at I don't know, if I'm good at knowing how to use a gun, then I could go be a Marine. You know, or I could be a cop. You know, or if I'm good at maybe photography, I could go to a magazine company and be in Vogue mag. You know, or if I'm good at things like, I don't know, fishing. Well, I could join a fishing boat, go on a fishing boat, hundreds of miles out in the ocean, and learn a trade, or learn stuff that would put food on the table. Learn stuff that pays the bills. Learn stuff that actually pays the bills, and learn stuff that makes you a man. Learn stuff that makes you or if you don't believe in that man or woman stuff, learn stuff that makes you a bigger mensch, so you can have guts and intentional fortitude. Like knowing how, if you would say, hey, I'm good at video gaming, well, you could be a video game programmer. And it's about learning stuff that defines your life. You know, it's about you being, and this is why we need to basically say, stop dehumanizing the teenagers. Stop dehumanizing that era that defines who we are as during the adulthood eras. Who we are during adulthood eras. You know, we should focus on saying these eras, that era defines who we are as a person. Because it really does. And it defines how we are as that person. And what I talk about and what it can talk about is things like what we can talk about when it talks about success. We have to, we need successful, because if we don't have a success, then we fail. Failing is not, we want a society that doesn't fail, right? A society that doesn't fail or veterans that are living on the street. Half of them. We want a society that doesn't fail black people getting murdered by people. We want a society that doesn't fail people. You know, that doesn't fail individuals, that doesn't fail people. You know, we want a society that treats people, you know, how we want to be treated. Like, you wouldn't want to, if you were treated like, laughed at and ridiculed, called ableist slurs or gay slurs, and all your life, like I was, you wouldn't like it. It's not a good thing to be calling people names. It's not a good thing to be calling people things that go bump in the night. And things that can go bump in the night. Because that can go bump in the night. Because if we have to have a nation that actually cares about that demographic, the teenage era. And it's about going back to being Layman 14. It's about going back to actually knowing how to care about people, knowing how to care about the most hated demographic of people in this country and in the world. Because teenagers are the most reviled in society. Because when you look at what every current event they talk about, any negative news story when it comes to a home invasion, teenager, armed robbery, teenager. That's what people think when they read about a news article. Oh, a teenager robbed a 7-Eleven. You know, we have to really say, you know, put down the dehumanization. Put down the horrible dehumanization. And go with straight, humanization, because these are they could be our cousins. I have several that are teenagers, and millions of other people all over the world has people that really are like that. And until next time, I'm Reymega signing off.